Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. I feel like I don't really need to tell you guys this. In case you've missed out, things keep getting more expensive. It's just a lovely thing. You gotta love it. So today what we're doing is we're looking at fragrances that are still inexpensive. Fragrances that you can find at discounters online, usually for 30 bucks or less. Well, I guess no, technically you could go cheaper, but those are definitely things you don't want to wear, I'd say. And these fragrances are fresh, they're clean, a lot of times soapy, just those everyday wear kind of fragrances that you can get a lot of use out that are not gonna cost you too much. So let's check them out. Some great freshies on that cheapy budget. Guys, I'll have these linked in the description below. As always, I gotta tell you, like I said earlier, discounters. If you go into a retail store and you manage to find one of these somehow, which most of them, I don't think you could, but if somehow you do, they're gonna be more expensive. Don't do that. And in keeping with savings, twistedlily.com, maxaroma.com, Gents 10, save yourself 10% off anytime you visit those websites. LuckyScent.com till the end of June, Gents 2023, 10% off. So Avant-Garde, Ashton 20% off. And if you want to buy my fragrances like Blue Ridge, which is very fresh, Gent Scents, 20% off, and it's linked in the description. Fragrance time, let's do it, buddies. The first one I'm going to kick this off with is from Armand Bossi, which I'm sure is a fragrance house that all of you are always dying to see what their next release is. It almost sounds like a DJ name. Armand Bossi. But no, it is a fragrance house, and the one we're talking about is Le Pour Homme Eau de Toilette. This one very inexpensive, right around $20 from most discounters. And believe it or not, the perfumer of this, Francis Kurkdjian. Yes, that Francis Kurkdjian, the one of BR 540 fame. Currently the in-house perfumer for Christian Dior. Yeah. This is his. This one is extremely clean, very fresh, very much an out of the shower fragrance. This one has a bit of a watery feel to the opening because of bamboo being one of the notes in the scent. It also has kind of a green edge to it, some citrus in there. And that bamboo does have a little alcohol-y tinge when you first spray the fragrance on. But as it dries down, it's a very pleasant, slightly green, soapy, fresh scent. The type of fragrance that just about nobody is going to hate. May not blow your mind in terms of being something new, but on the cheap, this has a lot of usability to it. A nice office fragrance, casual fragrance, just about anything in spring and summer, really. From there, let's hop over to this one, English Laundry's Riviera. Now, once upon a time, back, I don't know, what was it, maybe 5 years ago or something, English Laundry fragrances were getting a good amount of hype. People really excited about them, and that was because you could find them at TJ Maxx, Ross's, Marshall's, stores like that in the United States for very cheap, typically around $25 or so. And it was like every fragrance English Laundry had released up until that point in time just dumped at all of those stores. So people were rushing around, picking them up, buying them. I know because I was one of the people doing that. And Riviera was one of those fragrances. And this one has a little bit of a similarity to Yves Saint Laurent's L'Homme. So it's close to that, only way cheaper. Because again, under 30 bucks. It has a really pleasant citrus opening. It smells very fresh and clean and sweet. A little zingy as well, and a good amount of tonka as it dries down also. I think the English Laundry presentations maybe are not the greatest looking at the end of the day, but they do give you a great bang for the buck, and this is one of the best. Now, this next one is not quite as fresh as all the others in this list, so I'm gonna give you a bonus one at the end. I'm gonna give you a little secret bonus. And you know what? We'll do a giveaway too. We'll do a giveaway in this video of Blue Atlas Atlantis. So I reviewed that fragrance, feel free to check it out. And the bottle that they sent me was busted up. And I contacted them and said, hey, this bottle is annihilated, like it is completely destroyed. And they sent me a replacement for free. I'm not gonna use that fragrance, but I know one of you out there will. I got the whole thing. I opened up the presentation and checked to make sure the bottle is not busted. It is not. So it's upstairs right now. I would go grab it and show it to you, but you're gonna have to believe me. You're gonna have to trust me. I'll give that away in this video a little bit later on, so stay tuned for that. But the next fragrance is Yop Homme Ice. Now with the name Ice and the look of the bottle, you would think, man, that is gonna be refreshing, icy, cool. It is none of those things. It's actually got a good amount of plum in here as one of the main notes when you first spray it on. It's pretty sweet, actually. There's also some sweet spiciness in here, tobacco and sandalwood as well. Like, what? None of it makes sense. The name versus the ingredients versus how it smells. What? But it is really good quality for the price because this stuff is cheap. It's a nice big bottle, larger than your typical 100 ml size. No, this is 120 mils, a little extra. And I do think the presentation on this actually was pretty good for a cheapie. It's maybe not a straight up summer scent. It's more like spring, fall, and you can wear it during the summer and you can wear it during the winter, although those are maybe not the optimal times. But I think that one is just killer for the price point, and I love the mixture of the notes here. I like the plum that it has there. It's an interesting kind of darker fruity sweetness that you get, and there is some offsetting fresh notes in here that help balance it so it doesn't go just full on dark. It's a really nice under the radar kind of fragrance. I mean, in the fragrance community, people know about it, but your average Joe, not wearing that. Let's keep it moving. Next up, Montblanc Explorer Ultra Blue. So this one at FragranceNet, as of this video, under $30. And even though I'm not a big fan of Ultra Blue, I still think that it's worth mentioning because I know a lot of people out there would dig this, especially for that price. Because when you think about it, Montblanc, it's a house that has cachet behind it. So that adds to the bargain for a lot of people. You know, they'd rather have a brand that they know about that has like a luxury background to it. Presentation looks good, so it doesn't look out of place in your collection. It doesn't look cheap. Is it kind of simple? I mean, a little bit, yeah. It's fresh spices, it's citrus, it's sea salt and aquatics. That's what this is. So sometimes I do get jaded when it comes to fresh fragrances, when it's something that's very much just an out of the shower, easygoing day-to-day scent. Doesn't really do anything for me, but I know that so many people out there would love something like this because you get out of the shower, spray this on, very clean, extremely fresh. As I said, it has that kind of aquatic, sea salty feel that a lot of people are drawn to. And it's even a little similar to Tom Ford's Costa Azura Aqua. So, I mean, if you wanted to, you could say, hey man, I wear this instead of my Costa Azura Aqua, which is much more expensive. And then nobody's gonna bat an eye. We're like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Under 30 bucks. It's a great buy for a ton of people out there. Let's follow that one with Chrome United. And actually the Armand Bossi Low that I talked about earlier, the first fragrance, that one is a little similar to the original Azzaro Chrome. So kind of give you an idea of how that one smells, how that one comes across. Chrome United, of course, a flanker of that original Chrome. And I'll tell you, Chrome in general is a line that you want to be familiar with if you're looking for cheapies. And that's because most Chrome fragrances are pretty cheap from discounters, and a lot of them are really good. Chrome Pure, I like a lot. Chrome Aqua, fantastic. Chrome Extreme, a little bit similar to Acqua di Gio Profondo, only cheaper. So yeah, the Chrome line has a lot to offer to people who don't want to spend too much money. Chrome United has a little bit of citrus off the top. It's got a tea note to it, which is one of the things that does differentiate this from the others in the Chrome lineup, and violet as well through the mid. This is going to be another fragrance that kind of strikes you as a soapy, slightly metallic, fresh out of the shower type of scent, but for the price point, it's a solid pickup. This one is typically one of the cheaper Chrome fragrances, and I think you can oftentimes find this in the low $20 range. Let's hop on over to Halloween Man Hero up next. Looks like a bomb pop or something with the color scheme. So Halloween Man, this line, you know, it's kind of gotten a little hype off and on. The original Halloween Man was a good alternative to Paco Rabanne's 1 Million, a cheap alternative to that. And then they had some fragrances afterwards that did not really hit quite as well. They had Halloween Man Rock On, which is a freaking horrible name, just absolute, just ear cancer every time you hear that. Halloween Man Rock On. Who okayed that? But that one, a little bit similar to Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, kind of in that style anyway. And then Halloween Man X, which is my favorite. That one got a good amount of hype. Had a really nice roast coffee note to it. Very inexpensive, or was for a while. And then it kind of sold out, came back in stock, and you know, whole drill. And then Halloween Man Hero. This is the newest one as of right now. How new? Well, 2021, so kind of new-ish. Didn't get anything last year. Will we get anything this year? Don't know. It is an extremely easy to wear fragrance. Good amount of sweetness. You have ginger and citrus in the opening, aquatic notes, and ambroxan. Actually, it's going to remind you a little bit of something like Invictus Aqua from Paco Rabanne. So it's a really nice, clean, and yet sweet fragrance that's going to appeal to a wide age range. Big compliment factor with this one. And it's another fragrance that you can find under $30 online for the full presentation. So a really great buy at this point. When it first came out and it wasn't really discounted all that much, maybe it wasn't all that attractive of a buy, but now I think it definitely is, especially with Invictus Aqua becoming harder and harder to find, and you know, you have to spend a lot more to get it. Halloween Man Hero makes a lot of sense. We got 2 more fragrances to go, but let's do the giveaway. As I said, it is Blue Atlas Atlantis. It's a full presentation, missing like 2 sprays. I just made sure the bottle was intact and that the atomizer worked, and then I packed it back up. Again, check out the Atlantis video on my channel if you haven't. So let's do the giveaway. All you have to do is like the video, be subscribed to the channel, the usual stuff. Subscribe to Extra Gent Scents if you haven't done that, help a brother out. And leave a comment below. Just tell me, what is your go-to spring, summertime cheapie? Doesn't have to be anything I'm talking about here today. It can be whatever. Let me know what that is. In a couple weeks, I'll pick a winner with random comment picker. I will post it up on the community tab of the YouTube channel. If you're the winner, just hit me up and I will ship out your prize to you. As always, do be aware there's gonna be some scammers who are gonna comment below and they're gonna pretend to be me and they're gonna tell you to pay them. I'm not gonna comment on this video just to keep it as simple as possible. Scammers will. So be aware of that. Just report them and keep it moving. Like they're everywhere, man. Okay, next fragrance, F by Ferragamo, Free Time by Salvatore Ferragamo. This is another one that used to pop up at TJ Maxx stores all the time, but it no longer does. I haven't seen it at mine anyway for years, but you can still find it online for under 30 bucks. The F by Ferragamo that gets all the hype is F Black, but F by Ferragamo Free Time. F Free Time, I like Free Time. Why would I say F it? Anyway, this one is very fresh, nicely sweet off the top. Lemon and ginger really push that opening. As it dries down, it is pretty simplistic, just some fresh spices in there, little green cardamom, vetiver, musk. The performance is not fantastic, so you do need to go pretty heavy on this if you're really trying to, you know, get big projection out of it. But as long as you're okay with a more personal scent cloud, it's very, as I said, sweet, fresh, clean, easy wearing, and has a nice little classy edge to it as well. It's a good scent. Maybe not amazing, but solid. And the bonus one, it is Rudy Image. Rudy Image is interesting because this guy, it was kind of a fragrance, not really hypebeast, but hidden gem that was talked about from time to time years ago, many years ago, even before I had a channel. And it was very inexpensive, and then it was discontinued, and then the price shot up, and then they brought it back, and then the price went back down. It's a scent that came out in the late 90s. It does have kind of a late 90s flair to it. So if you're looking for something much more modern, you know, heavier on the sweetness, you probably want to look at one of the other ones here today. I think the bottle looks really nice, like a little work of art. The atomizer, very cool, and also not really all that good. I'll show you. It's fairly weak. It has an interesting sweetness to it, pear in the opening. It's got a green soapiness to it as well. Musky, woody dry down, and even a little bit of banana leaf in here. It's got a lot going on, and it does have a great kind of sophisticated classiness to it. So this one I include as a bonus. So if the Yop Omise is not quite fresh enough for you, you can put in Image instead. And that will do it. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Make sure to do that giveaway if you're interested. Thank you all so much. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.